with supply chain. That's our first topic. And we look at supply chain transparency a little bit differently than certain thought leaders, but we look at more on the practical side. And what we're going to talk about on the supply chain side are forecast, ERP, warehousing, and minimum order quantity. So let's start off with forecasts and ERP. So most companies know what their 30, 60, and 90 days outlook will be. Some know even further down the line, which is great. Most companies don't share it, not because they can't or they don't, it's because their partners can't do anything with it. It's great to have a forecast, but if you can't insert it within an ERP, then it stays manual and it stays non-efficient, basically. And an ERP is there to connect the logistics, the accounting, the production, and the warehousing, but it should also connect to your customer. And not necessarily that there are some technology out there that the customer can take a look live in terms of what's going on with their supplier, but in the minimum format that the customer should be able to share and create clarity as to what's going on within their production with their supply chain partner. So I just wanted to give you an example. This is something that we have over here. We use Microsoft Dynamics Nav. This is just one part right now that you see over here. I don't know if it's, I apologize if it's a bit small, but what we have over here is you see the part number, which is a kit, and you see January all the way through June with the amount of kits that are required for those specific months. And what helps us over here is we have a vision now in terms all the way up until June. And this gives us a near 100% on-time delivery because we're able to manage our raw material and our labor hours in conjunction with the forecast that the customer has provided. I also want to share, again, the other advantage of providing a forecast with the supplier is that we're able to go through and do parts planning. And we're able to implement EOQ, which is the economic order quantity. Yes, what you're seeing here is one product, and what you're seeing is that the reorder point is at 700, and we have to order 7,000 units. But imagine if you're managing a large number of SKUs, like hundreds of SKUs. We have customers that buy close to 200 parts from us on a consistent basis. So imagine managing all that without any clarity. And Justin, if you want to launch, we have some polls that we want to. We have 3 polls throughout the presentation that we're going to launch. Please answer. So Justin, if you can launch the first poll. I don't know if it's working.
I'm just looking for it now. I don't see it on my side.
Maybe it's on my side. All right, I'll start off over here, Justin. All right, and we're gonna launch the poll. I don't know if everyone sees the poll. So what percentage of vendors are looking to reduce the number of SKUs in our product portfolio? So go ahead and answer. We'll give you guys 30 seconds to a minute, and then we'll review the results on that. Well, we're even right now with the answers. This is interesting. This is interesting. All right, 50% of us have voted so far. We're almost done. We're at 70%, 75%. Everyone voted. Just almost done. If there's some glitches, we'll get through them. Give it a couple more seconds. All right, we'll close the polls off, so we'll share the answer. Let's share the results. All right, so what percentage of vendors are looking to reduce the number of SKUs in their product portfolio? So the majority of everyone answered, 42% of the people answered 30%, and that's the right answer. So 30% of companies that are looking to reduce the number of SKUs. So again, can your supply chain partner help you through that and reduce that? Or do I have quite a few one product supply chain partners or suppliers that only manage, we're only supplying us with one product? How can we consolidate that into with other vendors? And absolutely, we have, obviously we have a buyer on our side that manages quite a few vendors, and if we can consolidate, it makes their lives easier, obviously, because, and that's, again, these are wasted times, inefficiencies by managing multiple vendors. So how can we reduce that? So Austin, thank you very much for the participation. We have 2 more on that to go. So we'll continue with our presentation. Let's talk about warehousing. So just in time can still be done. I know last year there was a lot of companies that were that got impacted. It's normal, everyone did, but companies are actually looking for reshoring, localizing, or nearshoring, depends how you want to call it, but it all comes down to cash flow. Why should you tie your cash flow for products, so like for 6 months worth of products? What if you want to expand your production facility? What if lead time is issues in ordering overseas? Why should you be stuck ordering multiple or a large number of products and then you warehousing it for? So I'm going to launch another poll over here that we have. We'll go over here. So what percentage, we're launching it now, what percentage of companies are looking to nearshore their raw material? So let's see, we have the answer here. Let's look what the votes are coming in. We're at 40%. Ooh, some answers are, I think I threw a curveball in there in the answers. We're at 50% voted. We'll continue in for another 30 seconds, get all the votes in. It's coming close. We're at 64%. Another 20 seconds. All right, we're gonna close it off in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we'll close the polls off. We'll share the results. So what percentage of companies are looking to nearshore their raw material? A lot of you guessed the 80%. The actual answer is 40% of companies are looking to reshore or nearshore their raw material. Again, but why should it fall onto the customer to warehouse all these materials? Customers, for our point of view, when I say customers, I'm looking for our manufacturing partners that we partner up with. Their focus should be to output their final products. It should not be to warehouse material. Again, you're tying up money. It's money that you're paying today, but you're only going to be billing in 6 months from now, by the time all your raw material is sold. So why should you be tying up material? Why should you be filling up your warehouse with raw material instead of looking at improving in efficiencies by either bringing in machinery? What if your expectation or your trend is to output 20% more product and your warehouse is full of stock instead of machinery? So again, take a look at ways of partnering up with a supply chain partner that can warehouse for you. And again, with the visibility of the forecast with an ERP, very easy to make sure that your on-time delivery or your just-in-time delivery can still be done. So we'll hide that. We'll get back into the next one, which is the MOQs. So why should you be stuck with high minimum order quantities? COVID has impacted sellers to increase their MOQs because they want to reduce their own risk. A supply chain partner should not be there to reduce their own risk. A supply chain partner should be there to decrease your risk, not theirs. A partnership is to create a win-win situation, not a lose-win. So again, we saw that, and it's again part of a normal part of the pandemic, a lot of companies went into risk mode. We have to increase, we have to sell more. We can't keep inventory, so they're trying to push their inventory out onto the customers' backs. But why should you be able to do that? You're not agile by doing that. You're not going to be able to pivot if you're heavy on your inventory. We have to be able to help the customer out. We have customers that, when dealing with some of our competitors, require maybe 10, 20, 30,000 feet of an extrusion, where with us, you can get a coil of 164 feet if you want, no problem, because we warehouse it for you. We have customers that will give us blanket orders and say, hey, I'm looking for 100,000 feet throughout the year, but I need it on a monthly basis. Not a problem. Let us take care of the warehousing, and your expertise should be on building, not warehousing. Okay?